A woman who wields so much power over violent, well-armed.
De Marjorie Chacón, conocida como la Reina del Sur, ha dejado a muchos preguntándose cómo logró reducir la pena de 26 años de prisión que enfrentaba a 5 años.
From a woman assassin for the Gulf Cartel to a ruthless leader within the Sinaloa cartel, here are some of the most notorious female narcos in history. Jocelyn Alejandra Nino. Jocelyn Alejandra Nino, also known as La Flaca, or the Skinny One, was a female assassin for the Gulf Cartel, a criminal organization in Mexico. Her nickname was given due to her slim build and possibly as a reference to the skeletal saint, Santa Muerte, venerated by many in Mexico, including drug traffickers. Nino gained notoriety in early 2015 when a photo of her holding an M4 assault rifle went viral on social media. Nino was in her late teens or early 20s and worked for a faction of the Gulf Cartel known as Los Ciclones. She was involved in the violent turf wars against a rival faction, Los Metros. On April 13, 2015, authorities discovered her dismembered body in an ice cooler at a parking lot in Matamoros. Her remains, which showed signs of torture, were identified by a distinctive tattoo of her surname Nino on her forearm. Alongside her body, there were the dismembered remains of another woman and a decapitated man, both believed to be her accomplices. Griselda Blanco. Griselda Blanco was born in Cartagena, Colombia in 1943. She moved to the United States in the 1970s and became one of the most influential drug lords of the Medellin cartel. Known as the Black Widow or La Madrina, Blanco was involved in the cocaine trade in Miami, Florida. Her operations were significant during the Miami drug war in the 1980s, which brought violence and chaos to the city. Blanco was infamous for her ruthless methods. She was linked to at least 40 murders during her time as a drug lord. These killings included rivals, associates, and even innocent people caught in the crossfire. Her violent tactics and ability to evade law enforcement earned her a fearsome reputation. She was one of the few women to reach such a high level in the male-dominated world of drug trafficking. In 1985, Blanco was arrested by federal agents. She was convicted of drug trafficking and sentenced to prison. While incarcerated, Blanco continued to control her drug empire from behind bars. Her influence remained strong despite her imprisonment. She was eventually extradited to Colombia after serving a reduced sentence in the United States. Blanco's life was marked by multiple marriages and tragedies. She had 4 sons, 3 of whom were killed in drug-related violence. Her personal life was as tumultuous as her career in the drug trade. Blanco's story has been the subject of numerous books, documentaries, and films. Her notoriety has left a lasting impression on popular culture. Griselda Blanco was murdered in 2012 in Medellin, Colombia. Her death marked the end of an era in the cocaine trade. Blanco's legacy as one of the most powerful and ruthless drug lords in history continues to fascinate and horrify. Sebastiana Cotton Vasquez. Sebastiana Cotton Vasquez is a significant figure in the world of drug trafficking in Guatemala. Her rise to power is remarkable given her beginnings as a humble peasant. Over time, she became one of the most formidable plaza bosses in the region. Sebastiana's journey into the drug trade began in Zacapa, a critical drug transit zone in Guatemala. In her early years, Sebastiana lived a modest life. However, she eventually became deeply involved in the drug trafficking networks that run through Central America. Sebastiana's involvement in these operations allowed her to build a powerful position within the criminal underworld. She worked alongside other notable female cartel leaders, including Marjorie Chacon Rosell, who is known as Central America's most prolific drug trafficker. Sebastiana's operations were extensive and well-organized. She managed to secure important trafficking routes and maintained strong connections with other key players in the drug trade. The logistics of these operations required meticulous planning and coordination, skills that Sebastiana honed over the years. Her influence was not limited to logistics and coordination. Sebastiana also demonstrated an ability to navigate the complex and dangerous world of cartel politics. She established herself as a formidable leader, earning respect and fear from both allies and rivals. This reputation was crucial in maintaining her position and ensuring the smooth operation of her trafficking routes. Despite her success, Sebastiana's life was fraught with danger and challenges. The constant threat of rival cartels and law enforcement was a daily reality. Navigating these dangers required not only strategic acumen, but also a readiness to engage in violence when necessary. Sebastiana's ability to manage these risks was a key factor in her sustained success. Enedina Arellano Felix. Enedina Arellano Felix was born on April 12, 1961. She is known for being part of the Arellano Felix family, which is involved in drug trafficking in Mexico. She is often called La Jefa, or the boss. She was born in Mazatlan, Sinaloa, Mexico, and has 8 siblings. Her family is famous for leading the Tijuana cartel. This cartel was very powerful in the 1990s and early 2000s. Enedina is different from her brothers because she focused on the financial side of the cartel. She studied accounting and used her skills to help manage the cartel's money. Her education helped her understand complex financial operations. She helped the cartel invest in real estate and other legitimate businesses. This made the cartel's operations harder to track. She is known for being intelligent and strategic. Her brothers were more involved in the violent side of the business. They were known for using extreme violence to maintain control. However, Enedina's approach was more about business and less about violence. This difference helped the cartel stay powerful even when many leaders were arrested or killed. Enedina stepped into a leadership role after several of her brothers were captured. Despite these challenges, Enedina helped keep the cartel operational. She used her financial skills to keep the business running. She also helped form alliances with other cartels. These alliances helped the Tijuana cartel survive difficult times. Sandra Avila Beltran. Sandra Avila Beltran, often known as the Queen of the Pacific, was born on October 16, 1960, in Baja California, Mexico. Her involvement in drug trafficking became widely known, leading to her eventual arrest and imprisonment. Sandra Avila Beltran was born into a family with deep roots in the drug trade. Growing up in this environment, Avila Beltran was exposed to the inner workings of the drug trade from a young age. She later became romantically involved with several high-ranking cartel members, further entrenching her in the world of drug trafficking. By the 1990s, Avila Beltran had established herself as a key player in the Sinaloa cartel, one of Mexico's most powerful drug trafficking organizations. She was instrumental in coordinating the transport of large quantities of cocaine from Colombia to Mexico and then into the United States. Her strategic alliances with Colombian drug traffickers, particularly the Norte del Valle cartel. Avila Beltran's high-profile lifestyle and her ability to evade capture for many years earned her notoriety. She became a subject of fascination for both the media and law enforcement. Her nickname, the Queen of the Pacific, reflects her dominance in the drug trade along the Pacific coast of Mexico. However, her success eventually drew the attention of Mexican and U.S. authorities. In 2007, Sandra Avila Beltran was arrested in Mexico City. She was charged with involvement in drug trafficking and organized crime, specifically accused of coordinating large cocaine shipments from Colombia to Mexico. Her arrest was a significant blow to the Sinaloa cartel and highlighted the growing role of women in the drug trade. Following her arrest, Avila Beltran was extradited to the United States in 2012. In a U.S. court, she faced charges related to drug trafficking. In 2013, she pleaded guilty to being an accessory to drug trafficking, resulting in a sentence of 70 months in prison. However, she had already spent a significant amount of time in custody, which was credited towards her sentence. She was released from U.S. custody and deported back to Mexico in 2013. Melissa Margarita Calderon Ojeda. Melissa Margarita Calderon Ojeda was born on August 12, 1984. She is also known as La China. She is a notorious figure in the Mexican criminal world. Calderon Ojeda is known for her role in drug trafficking and violent crimes. She was a key player in the Sinaloa cartel. This cartel is one of the most powerful drug trafficking organizations in the world. Calderon Ojeda's criminal activities began in her early 20s. She quickly rose through the ranks of the cartel. Her rise to power was marked by violence and strategic alliances. She was known for her ruthlessness and ambition. She led a faction within the Sinaloa cartel. This faction was involved in various criminal activities, including drug trafficking, extortion, and murder. In 2005, she started working for the Sinaloa cartel. She was initially involved in minor criminal activities. However, her ambition and ruthlessness helped her rise quickly. She became a trusted member of the cartel. Calderon Ojeda was involved in a violent turf war. This war was with rival factions and other cartels. She was known for her violent methods. She used fear and intimidation to maintain control. Her faction was responsible for numerous murders and disappearances. She was also involved in extortion and kidnapping. Her criminal activities caught the attention of law enforcement. She became a high-priority target for Mexican authorities. In 2015, her violent reign came to an end. She was arrested by the Mexican Federal Police on September 19, 2015. Her arrest was a significant blow to the Sinaloa cartel. It disrupted the cartel's operations in Baja California Sur. Calderon Ojeda's arrest led to numerous charges. She was charged with multiple crimes, including drug trafficking and murder. So what do you think about this? Comment down your thoughts right now. And for more upcoming content in the future, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. Until then, stay safe and keep exploring.